Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yadi with Lilly Moon Vintage, and today I'm going to show you how I use my hot glue gun to create a beautiful furniture applique for a piece that I'm currently working on. And today I'm using my mold from Redesign with Prima, and I'm going to be using my hot glue gun that takes the jumbo glue sticks. And that's because you want to be able to dispense as much glue as possible, as hot as possible before your design starts drying. So you want to make sure you always have some glue handy so that once you're running out in your gun, you can go ahead and replace them quickly before, again, it starts drying out on you. And I like to start going around all of the edges of the design, working my way in. So you're gonna go ahead and go around it and then just start filling in, kind of like in a circle, especially for this one because of the design of it. You're just gonna go all the way around it and then start filling it in. Another thing that I wanted to add was that you really don't need to do anything to the mold prior to adding the glue. You literally just need to go ahead and start dispensing the glue onto the mold. These are made out of silicone, so there's no, having to add any kind of Vaseline or anything like that to make the removal easier. Once the glue is completely dry, it'll pop off automatically. And once again, I'm just going over all of the edges around the design. And as you can see here, I'm about finishing up, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start filling in the center of the design and just filling in any kind of areas that I missed with the glue. And you'll see me swirl the glue gun around here and there, and that's just to go ahead and cut that annoying little string that sometimes the glue gun gives you. And you just swirl it around and it automatically just cuts it off. So that'll just, help keep your mold nice and clean. And you'll see me tap the mold on the table, and that's just to flatten it out as much as possible because we are going to be applying this to a furniture piece, and we want the back to be as flat as possible so that you can go ahead and attach it with just another little bit of glue. All right, and you'll see me grab my glue gun again, and that's just because I missed a spot, and I just want to go ahead and make sure that it's completely filled in before I let it dry completely. And it should only take about 5 or 10 minutes for your applique to dry completely. And if you want, you could also just pop it into your freezer. I think that helps as well. And I will show you in the next clip on how to go ahead and remove it. All right, so our applique is completely dry and ready to be removed. And what I do is I just start popping the sides down, or you could always just flip it upside down against your table and then just lift the mold itself and it'll come right off. And there you have it, beautiful mold that is ready to be applied to any surface really. I'm using it for a furniture piece. I have seen people add them to pots, just like little flower pots and stuff like that, just to add a little bit of design and dimension. And what I'm doing here is cleaning up any kind of edges because again, you are working with some glue, so you are gonna have a little bit, possibly of any kind of residue or just little strings popping out. So just go through it, clean it up a little bit, and you should be all set. So now we have our applique completely dry and ready to go. And I'm gonna go ahead and be attaching it to the front of this chest. And I'm gonna be using E6000. Now, if you worked with E6000 before, you know that E6000, once it's dry, it's pretty permanent. There's not much that, that can go wrong using E6000. And it should take about maybe 2 or 3 hours for it to dry completely. But once it's completely dry, it's like bulletproof. So I'm going to be adding that, adding my applique with the E6000, but I'm also going to be adding a couple little dots of my hot glue gun, just because the hot glue gun just does dry faster, and I don't want to be holding it up the entire time while it dries. So you'll see me here adding the glue, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just hold it against the furniture piece just for a few seconds while it dries, and then we should be ready to go for the next step. Okay, so the last step of this little project is to go ahead and add a few nails to your applique, and I like to do that just to make sure that I just give it a more permanent adherence to my piece. And what I'm going to be using is my Ryobi brad nailer, and I have a battery operated one, which makes it super convenient to work indoors without needing a compressor. So I'm going to go ahead and add just a couple nails. I think I added maybe 3 or 4 nails to the applique, and again, that's just to make it completely permanent and make sure that it doesn't move anywhere. Again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. Thank you guys for coming back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And I look forward to our next tutorial on the continuation of this piece.